mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello, and welcome to Would You Die, the show where just because he's a blind man doesn't mean he's a saint, bro. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
And we are still repping the 313 this month. We are Motor City Pride all month. We love Detroit. We are continuing 313 month with the film. You want to say it?
Don't breathe.
It's the whole podcast. It's just silence.
So, Don't Breathe. Spoiler alert, as always. Our synopsis this week. Rocky, Alex, and Money are three Detroit thieves who get their kicks by breaking into the houses of wealthy people. After getting word about a blind veteran who won a major cash settlement following the death of his only child, the trio invades the man's secluded home in an abandoned neighborhood. Finding themselves trapped inside, the young intruders must fight for their lives after making a shocking discovery about their supposedly helpless victim. Dun, dun, dun.
I was going to be like, don't breathe.
So yeah, another 313 movie set in Detroit. What is your personal connection with this movie?
This one is actually one I'm a lot more recent to.
Okay.
I didn't watch it when it initially came out for whatever reason in 2016, which happy 10th anniversary, Don't Breathe.
Yep.
I wasn't thinking about that when we were scheduling it. It just worked out that way. We love accidental anniversary celebrations.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how we did accidentally covered Rocky Horror Picture Show in its 50th. I watched it for the first time 2 years ago when I was hyping myself up for Alien Romulus. And in addition to watching all the Alien movies before that movie came out, I watched Fede Alvarez's other two films, Evil Dead 2013 and Don't Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I watched it again this past weekend.
Good. Jeremy, what's your connection? Because I know you actually are kind of an OG.
Yeah, this movie. So what's funny is like, I was on a streak in 2016 of like I was going to see a lot of the horror movies that came out. In that, like, I would say like during a 5-year stretch or so, starting probably in like 2012 or so. It was a thing that like my friends and I, like when I started to have the ability to drive a car, we were like, we're gonna go to the movies all the time. So like my friends and I went and saw like The Conjuring, like during that whole Insidious, like through all of those.
I did a lot of those movies too. I don't know why I missed this one.
Yeah, and like so this one, it's funny because like I remember going to see it, and with a group of people, and I remember sitting in the theater, and all of us went, "This movie's fucking in Detroit." like we didn't know. It was just, we were just like, it's a scary movie. Let's go see it.
Oh wait, this could happen here.
Right. So I did see this in theaters, and I don't think I saw it again until like yesterday. So I was definitely piecing together bits of the story that like I had forgotten over a 10-year stretch. I know there is a sequel. I've never seen that.
I haven't seen the sequel yet either.
Okay.
The sequel's premise is wild, if you wondered. You can look it up.
I actually don't know what it is, but I'm not going to do that right now.
No, I was telling the audience, not you.
Oh.
Austin's like, Annalisa, we're recording a podcast, right? I'm not going to take time to do that.
Before I ask you your personal connection with this film, Annalisa, Jeremy, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What are your opinions of the Avatar connection?
Did I miss or is this something we talked about and I don't remember?
Girl, I don't know.
What's
I didn't
the
watch
Avatar
those
connection?
movies.
You're a self-proclaimed Avatar stan, James Cameron #1 boy. Like, you've painted yourself blue for every. I made that up. That's not true. But
No,
I do paint myself blue, but I don't even go to the premiere.
But You like the Avatar?
Yeah,
movie.
I do. Yeah.
Wait, can
What
I
was-
guess?
Yes.
Is the blind man the like old grizzled veteran guy?
Oh, my
That's
God,
Portrait,
he
or
is.
Portrait, or however you say his fucking
Oh my
name.
God! Obviously, he's blue in the Avatar movies, but in
In the original one, he's
in the OG, yes,
he's
and then
people.
he is people in the original one.
But yeah,
Um,
Lisa got it, and she hasn't even
that's-
seen Avatar.
That's great. I didn't even piece it together. That's wild.
Yeah.
I see it now in my head. And I'm like, oh yeah, but
He's a very attractive old man.
He's fucking ripped. He still is.
Yeah.
I know this is a 10-year-old movie, but he's still
Crazy.
ripped. I think he's younger than he looks.
I would imagine. I think he is probably. It seems like he's one of those people who like went white early.
And I think they make him up too
Of
in the
course,
movies.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
make
definitely.
him look older in the movies because I saw him doing press for Avatar 3 and he looks great.
Mhm.
right.
Like he had to do a lot of press with Una Chaplin.
They spent a lot of time in that movie together. Yeah.
Exactly, but if I didn't know that, I'd be like, yeah, he absolutely could pull a beautiful Spanish lady like Una Chaplin.
Mhm.
Like he's very good. Like some people like they look very good with silver, and I think Stephen Lang, that's his name. We'll talk about him a bunch.
Mhm.
I think he looks fantastic. Also, he's ripped.
True.
What is your personal connection with Don't Breathe?
I'm brand new.
Woo!
I had not seen this movie before yesterday, so
Did you know anything about it going in?
I knew because of the month that it's in that it took place in Detroit,
It would be wild if it didn't.
and that's it. That's all I got.
So you didn't even know it was like Fede Alvarez or
No, I didn't. I found that out like after. Speaking of, Fede Alvarez, if you don't know, you know who Fede Alvarez is, even if you don't know who he is. He did the Evil Dead remake in 2013. Obviously, he did Don't Breathe. I personally knew him from Alien Romulus because I saw that in theaters, and he also did The Girl in the Spider's Web, which was a like reboot of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, I didn't know what.
Yeah. So
Was that a movie?
The Girl in the Spider's Web was, yes. It was an action thriller. And then the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is obviously like from 2011.
Then I haven't seen all of his work.
Throwing back to the mention that obviously he did the 2013 Evil Dead. I did not know that this movie had Sam Raimi on as a producer.
Yeah,
That was like
forgot
a jump
about
scare
that.
at the end of the movie. I was like, oh my God, Sam Raimi.
I forgot about that, and I'm like, my first thought was, oh, it makes
Makes
sense
sense.
why it's a Detroit.
It's Detroit. It's the director of one of the films of his franchise. but-
Right. Like
yeah.
Ghost House Productions, I believe that's the production company's called. That's Sam Raimi's company.
Mm.
So I saw that in the opening titles, and I should have been like, oh yeah, Sam Raimi. But sometimes you don't know if, like, just because Amblin Entertainment, owned by Steven Spielberg, or Amblin Production, whatever it's called, just because Amblin does a movie doesn't mean Steven Spielberg's actually involved.
Right.
Right.
He might have said, yeah, go ahead, and then let some of the other executives.
Right. I'm willing to put my company name on the film, but I'm too busy for this.
Right. But when you see a produced, not executive produced,
Right.
but produced by Sam Raimi was involved.
Right.
So in terms of like some context to the movie, a lot of the actual historical context with 3-month, just as a disclaimer, will probably be most of the bulk of our conversation because we're going to talk about why Detroit and like
Right.
what themes are prevalent here and that kind of stuff. But in terms of just the production, the historical context of like the production and how it got started, Fede Alvarez has talked about the fact that making this film was kind of a reaction to the critiques of the Evil Dead remake. So people were very like harsh on the Evil Dead remake, which I have not seen, so I can't speak to it. How did you feel about it? Like, I guess, what was your thoughts? Because I know you like Fede Alvarez in general, so I didn't know if like
Yeah,
you had thoughts about it.
I like Fede Alvarez in general. I like the Evil Dead franchise more,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. clearly because there is a whole movie I didn't know about. And I've seen every Evil Dead movie multiple times.
Right.
But I really like the 2013 remake, but I first watched it in 2013 before I had seen the other Evil Dead movies.
Gotcha. Okay. So that makes a difference.
That was my first, and by the time, which not too much later, when I saw the original Evil Dead movies, I didn't even recognize them as like the same. It's so different.
Yeah.
But that was the one I was introduced to first. It's extremely gnarly. It is one of the sickest movies it's so rad. It's so gooey.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Scoopy.
And mean. The oop is off the goop. You know what I'm saying? But it's a visceral movie.
Fair. So people's criticisms of the movie was that it had too much blood. It was focused too much on shocking the audience, and obviously it was a remake. So
I gotta say something to audiences of 2013.
Yeah.
It's Evil Dead. It's supposed to be bloody. But,
totally. Yes.
But I get. Yeah.
That was the critique. So he decided to make Don't Breathe as an exercise in reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is it an original story, it contains much less blood. It is focused more on suspense over shocking audiences, although there is some twists and turns.
Yeah, there's some shock value to this one, I would say.
It is like also about subverting tropes, right? Like this idea that these, able-bodied kids are kind of going after this like blind veteran and how that ends up turning on its head to them. So,
and to kind of like to go back from the Evil Dead 2013 to the Don't Breathe, there's 3 years in between the release of those movies. Jane Levy is in both movies. She is the main actress in Evil Dead 2013, and she does so much in that movie. Those of you who know, you know. But in Don't Breathe, she plays this she's the most likable out of a very unlikable cast of characters.
Yeah.
All great actors, I think. Well, one I don't know as well. I don't really recognize him, but like Dylan Minnette is a great actor. Jane Levy, I think, is a great actress. And obviously, I'm going to just sing the praises of Stephen Lang all episode.
Yeah. I will say Danny Blanco we talked about last week. So
We did?
Yeah, he's in It Follows.
He is in It Follows. I
didn't recognize him.
He's the
he
neighbor.
looks very different in this movie.
Oh, is he what's his name?
I don't know why
Fred?
I can't think of his name.
His name's not Fred.
Just like,
no,
I don't think so.
He's the neighbor. And
He's the
his
neighbor
name-
across the street.
With the car. He's the one with the car.
His name is Greg.
Okay, I wasn't that far off.
No, you were not. Yeah. So Greg is Money.
Okay, I didn't
That was a
2
good
years
pull.
apart.
It was a good pull. Anneliese caught it like he was on screen. She was just like, "Is that the same dude from the last movie?"
Is
And,
he
like,
a Detroit guy?
No, he's not. He's Costa Rican.
Like from Costa Rica.
From Costa
Okay.
Rica.
Like
Yeah,
I'm like
Because I felt the same way. He moved from Costa Rica to LA to pursue acting. And I'm like, how are you in 2 movies set in Detroit? Like 2 horror movies set in
Yeah.
Detroit 1 year right after, like one right after the other.
And let's talk about the connection with It Follows for a little bit. Because It Follows is shot, I think, entirely in Michigan.
Southeast Michigan.
Yeah.
Southeast Michigan.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't Breathe is shot primarily somewhere in Eastern Europe.
It's in
Hungary.
Budapest.
Hungary?
Yeah.
I think next week's episode is the same. But the exteriors were shot in Detroit. So when, not all of it, but a lot of the outside scenes.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, I think North Detroit. Like, I looked it up the other day where it was, because I'm not as familiar with... It Follows was a lot of north of Detroit. This movie is very north Detroit. I'm like...
And you're from Downriver, so it's
exactly,
different.
Exactly.
Yeah. Austin's just a city boy.
I'm not even a city boy. I'm
Born
down
and raised
river.
in South Detroit.
Journey is my favorite. I'll never stop believing.
I think you should. No.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
Crazy.
As we're getting into 313, let's kind of talk about it. It's really interesting seeing movies from like the 2010s set in Detroit and like before. Because I feel like now we have this reputation that like Detroit's on the come up. Detroit is thriving. We are doing really well, like whatever, which I think is true. If you haven't been here in a while or if you've never been here and you have certain ideas about what Detroit or the Metro Detroit area is like, I highly recommend like, you know, coming here. Obviously, like do your research. We have shady parts of shit like just like every other city, but I think that's true. But any movie you see from like this era specifically, like It Follows, like this movie, is depressing as fuck, dude. Like it's so sad. The thesis of this movie is Detroit fucking sucks. Like, and that's so interesting. I mean, I'm joking. Like, I'm exaggerating. That's not the thesis of the movie. But you know what I mean.
No, the
like,
thesis is don't fuck with Detroiters.
That's more the thesis. But that being said, like, not in the most positive way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not a positive, hey, don't mess with Detroit. It's like, yeah, don't mess, like...
Yeah, stay the fuck away.
Right. Especially North Detroit, I guess.
I guess so.
I don't know.
But yeah, I do find that so interesting, the fact that I try hard not to get offended by it because like It Follows is one thing, right? Like that's a movie that's like made here, it is filmed here. It's
Follows is like he's an actual Michigander who made that.
Right.
Who is trying to take care with it.
Right. I feel like this movie and
the next one.
Honestly, the next two.
Yeah. Are all the whole thing is literally they're like, we need a city as a backdrop that is associated nationally with poverty.
Yeah.
Right.
And like shittiness and general crime.
Yeah.
And
the most famous movie to do that, which we're not going to talk about this month, is RoboCop.
Yeah.
A movie I love.
Totally. And I like this movie and I like
we
all
have
the
a
other
RoboCop
movies.
statue. We love Detroit, but that was made in the 80s where I think Detroit was at its worst.
Yeah. And it's like, it's hard to get mad at because a lot of the criticisms that are happening are valid. But it's also like,
but they don't know Detroit.
You don't know Detroit. Like, these criticisms are coming from people who don't live here, have never lived here, and just kind of are using us as a backdrop.
Right. Like in RoboCop, it could be set in any city. Mm-hmm. They chose Detroit because in the 80s, Detroit had a bad reputation.
Detroit is shorthand for shitty slum city. Like, that's,
But I think with RoboCop, in particular, that movie also has critiques on industrialism. So Motor City makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense, yeah.
So even though the makers of RoboCop, I don't think they know Detroit, I think they put some thought into it.
Right.
Don't Breathe, I think I'm not coming after Fede Alvarez. I don't know him. I like his movies. But I don't think he's coming from it in I'm going to put in research on Detroit. I think he's more... Because I don't even know if he wrote the movie or if he co-wrote it. Mm-hmm. But to me, watching the movie, it feels more like I'm going to set this movie in Detroit because that's where Sam Raimi's from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's, also true. I think it can be more than one thing. And I feel less insulted by that. There is one movie, and don't get me, there's one movie later this month. It is my favorite of the 4 movies. I love this movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just like, it's RoboCop again. And this movie is a little bit of an older one. It's, so it's very much follows that same vein.
Oh, it's a classic. It's a beloved, and we all love it. But, I mean, the schedule's out. We're talking about The Crow.
Yeah, that's true.
We could give The Crow some love.
Yeah. And like I said, I love that movie. But it is very much like that one. Nobody in the production had really any link to Detroit. And it's from a comic book series, so that's part of it. But
we'll talk more about.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, yes, it is a similar thing in terms of that kind of stuff. So
next week's going to be a real interesting conversation because it's the only one that's recent.
yeah, and I think that one plays a little better, and we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah, this one, I wonder if it plays the worst in terms of Detroit portrayal.
Yeah, I would say so.
The only reason why I'm wondering if The Crow might take that crown.
Well,
is
yeah,
because...
that's probably true. It's actually probably The Crow for sure. Because The Crow, here's the thing about this movie versus that movie is this movie mostly takes place in this guy's house. You can take that as anecdotal evidence. The
Yes.
Crow is out in the streets.
Right.
So,
and
yeah,
it's
I would agree.
like the main character, Rocky, in this movie, she wants to get out of Detroit.
Yeah.
But it's less that she wants to get out of Detroit. She wants to get away from her
She wants to get away from her
family.
her mom. Yeah.
Right. And then take her little sister. Like, it's less about escaping Detroit and more about escaping her situation.
Her situation, yeah. Which I think you can make the argument that that's the product of poverty and that
Right.
kind of stuff. But yeah.
And with this being 2016, this film comes out at kind of when Detroit started its upswing.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it didn't even start yet. Maybe I'm misremembering.
No, I would say like it was probably the start of it. But I'm sure that it was because it was filmed in 2015. I'm sure it was written, but like it was obviously written before then. So like, I mean, yeah, like it can be coming out on the upswing and then not have been written at that time.
And like Sam Raimi, he's like, when they were making The Evil Dead, the offices they were using were in Ferndale.
Mm-hmm.
So like he knows Detroit, but he's not a Detroiter.
Mm-hmm.
Important for current listeners to understand that at the time his office was in Ferndale, it was not the 2026 version of Ferndale.
Sure.
Right.
Sure, but it wasn't Detroit either.
No, definitely.
But you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the 2026 Ferndale. That is a very fair statement.
Yeah.
But also, Sam Raimi's never like claimed to be
A Detroiter.
He
He's a
just
Michigander.
loves Detroit.
That's
How I claim.
Well, I was about to say, yeah.
I love Detroit.
I do.
But I'm downriver.
I grew up like in the Port Huron area, right? I was born in the city of Detroit for whatever reason. Like that's where my parents chose to have me like born.
Well, you were also
We lived in Berkeley at the time.
Berkeley.
But still, like I was born in the city of Detroit, so I can claim that. But I never lived at any point in the city limits of Detroit. So I love Detroit. I hold a lot of pride for Detroit, but I think the way that a lot, like probably most of us in our friend circle do.
Yeah.
I want to, now that we're on this topic, I want to be very clear to anybody who is wondering, nobody in this podcast is claiming that we are from Detroit. We are all from Metro Detroit, which is very different. I know it doesn't sound different, but I promise you, if you're from here, you know that that's a world of different. I think we all live about 20 minutes away from Detroit, probably. Are you a little further from downtown?
No, I think I'm the closest of our friend group,
probably
actually.
Makes sense. But like that doesn't, we're not claiming to be from Detroit. We're just claiming to love Detroit.
Right, but also, for the Michiganders listening, we're a lot closer than the motherfuckers from Novi who's like, we're Detroit. It's like, come on.
Yeah. My mom, I remember being on vacation one time and my mom, we were asked, like, where are you guys in town from? And my mom said, oh, we're from Detroit. And I was like,
We're not.
Mother, you are from Royal Oak.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
a
the
different vibe.
Yeah.
This is my problem. Is like, there's Metro Detroit encompasses a lot of area, and so does Downriver, and all of that is valid and wonderful and great. There are some times where people will be like, this great place in Metro Detroit, and I'm like, if you're an hour from the city limits, I don't think you're Metro Detroit. I'm sorry. If you're at the top of Macomb County, you're not Metro Detroit. My bad.
They want to be us so bad.
They do.
And then we want to be Detroit so bad.
Yes, correct. Absolutely, I do. Uh-huh.
No, it's so funny. Like, you hear that all the like the people who are further from Detroit are the ones that tend to claim they're from, you know.
Right.
Whereas like where I usually say downriver. It depends on who I'm talking to.
Right.
If I'm talking to someone like I'm at a horror con and they're from California, I'm just gonna say Detroit.
Fair.
Because I'm close enough to where... But if I'm talking to another Michigander, I say downriver or metro.
I always say Metro Detroit because I figure, like, somebody outside of the state is probably going to draw their own conclusions on that, and that's not my fault. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
That's fair. That's fair. But sometimes it's like if I'm talking to someone, they know Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Grand Rapids. There's one I'm the closest to.
Yeah. Well, and if I'm, I mean, like, here's the thing is, like, hashtag divorced parents. I grew up partially in Metro Detroit. I also grew up partially in the Flint area. Mm-hmm. So, like, both of those are, like, did I grow up in Flint? No. Did I grow up in Detroit? No. But, like, if I'm talking to somebody who is from another state, those are, like... It's a lot easier to be like, here's the thing, is you're never going to get a positive reaction either of those places. Because I could be like, I'm from the Detroit area, and they'll be like, ooh, crime. And if I'm like, I'm from the Flint area, they're like, ooh, water. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like 45 minutes away, first of all. But yeah, so that was an aside about Metro Detroit and what Metro Detroit is and means.
Right. And it's like, it's one of those things where close and like I never claimed to be from Detroit. I never lived in Detroit, but I've been in Detroit so much just from family stuff, and then like sports games and whatever. Yeah. Just so it's like I feel comfy in the city. I like to go in the city sometimes,
right?
But I'm a downriver boy, and I will always claim that. I just love Detroit.
I just like here's my thing: is hot take, I guess.
I don't only go downtown.
My My conclusion that I want to get across is like, Don't Breathe is a very fun movie. All of the movies we're talking about this month, very fun movies. Please don't let horror movies set in Detroit stop you from visiting Detroit.
Or just movies, because, like, I'm thinking of Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Which I like that movie, but it don't paint Detroit and
don't let RoboCop stop you from coming to Detroit. Here's the thing.
We love RoboCop. We have a statue.
Right. You wouldn't let fucking horror movies set in LA stop you from going to LA or Chicago or New York. So come the fuck here and spend your money so that we can keep building new cool shit.
And our sports are good. So when you come over to root for your sports team, we're going to kick their ass, and then you might as well bandwagon with us.
And here at Would You Die, we like sports.
And we don't care who knows.
Plug in the Patreon.
Anyway. But also, we're talking about how this film, like, is released on, like, the come up of Detroit.
Yeah.
I think, I think the fact that Detroit's on the come up right now, and the fact that all of our sports teams are on the up, I think that kind of goes hand in hand with each other,
Yeah, I agree.
Like, the vibes are good. And part of it is because we have good sports teams again. From 2016 to 2021, 2022...
Right.
We kind of did nothing with sports.
Yeah.
Because our last World Series appearance, Jeremy would know this. Our last World Series...
Oh, you were asking what year it was? 2012.
Yeah, 2012. So the Tigers weren't the greatest in 2016. The Lions have been the Lions.
2016 is widely regarded as the Tigers' drop-off.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Wings dropped off a little earlier than that.
Yep.
I'd say the Pistons before the Wings.
Yes.
And the Lions before the NFL. Like, the merger.
The Lions haven't been good in the history of the NFL. Is why you're right, though.
You know what I mean? At least the modern NFL.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Because I think they were in the NFL in the 40s. Like, they were dominant in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, we were the NFL, not the AFL, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, we were the NFL.
Okay, so yeah.
But I mean, like, modern, when Super Bowl era, you would call it.
Yes.
Yeah, we've never been.
We've never been 2-1.
Right.
No.
But then now the Wings are back.
Yep.
We feel like they're going to make the playoffs this year.
Yep. Pistons seem to be on a collision course with the finals.
It's
so.
not just the Pistons are back. It's like the bad boys are back.
Right.
We bring them back. Bench clearing brawls. The Pistons are getting into fights.
Yep.
Verlander's back.
Verlander's
the Tigers.
back.
Tigers have been good for the past 3 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
And they're knocking on the door of a World Series, I think.
I mostly agree.
And it seems like the Tigers are,
Especially
and then the Lions
American
are relevant.
League,
I'll take it.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you were to ask any of our grandfathers, what would you take the Lions going to almost getting to the Super Bowl, going to an NFC Championship game, followed by a 15-2 season, followed by a still above 500 season with 1 million injuries? They'd be like, yeah. I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
That would be the single best Lion stretch
Ever. And it has been.
In the Super Bowl era.
Yeah. Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But all that to say,
Detroit's back.
Detroit's back.
Yeah.
We never went nowhere, but yeah, we're back.
But
also,
we're back.
we Metro Detroit.
We never went anywhere.
Yeah, Metro
and
Detroit
that
has
is
been
because
here.
we live in Metro Detroit.
And we don't breathe.
Actually, my city very specifically is a city named after a mall that's dead. So, my city's not on the come up. But Detroit, on the come up. For sure. Anyway.
Right.
So, let's talk about this movie.
Yeah, we talked about Detroit a lot.
Which was important.
And this movie
yeah.
doesn't.
It's true.
That's true.
So, okay, here's the thing. Is I need to say something, and I think it's going to be controversial. I don't like a single goddamn person in this movie.
I don't think you're wrong.
I don't
think that's controversial.
Okay, because, here's the thing. There was part of me that thought maybe it was because, obviously he's not, everyone's a victim of circumstance in this movie.
Right.
Except for maybe the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but, he overdoes it.
Really overdoes it.
But, everybody else is a victim of circumstance, and I get that. I still, hate them all, though. I think they all suck ass.
They're thieves.
Yeah.
They're not good people.
No.
But then I think that's what's fun about the movie, because you're following this band of unlikable thieves.
Mm-hmm.
You get to know 2 of them enough to where it's there's some sympathy there. Money, there's no sympathy. He just seems like a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick.
And he's written to be like a dick.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I think it kind of plays with the idea of these guys picking on a blind man, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And then the twist is, he's not how do I want to say it? Actually, you went and fucked with the wrong dude.
Yeah.
This is a movie that it's funny because being as it is, I'm a very 1 week ahead outlook at what we're doing kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
As I was looking at a couple months ago, Fuck Around and Find Out month, I remember being like, Don't Breathe should probably be in this movie.
I think
be in this month.
I had Don't Breathe in that month for a while, actually.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think I remember
Don't
that.
Breathe was originally going to be in Fuck Around and Find Out month.
Right.
Because it's a very Fuck Around and Find Out month.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Our movie.
Yeah.
But this, how do I want to say it? It's oh no, they fucked around with the wrong person. And then he gets worse. And then he gets worse.
Yeah.
And then he gets worse.
Yeah.
And it's oh my God, is this the devil?
Yeah.
Stephen Lang's character, I forget the character's name in the movie, but I don't want to just say Stephen Lang.
I don't know if he has a name.
So we'll call him the blind man.
I think he's just the blind man, but
Okay.
I could be wrong.
The blind man is one of the nastiest villains, I think.
Oh, absolutely. There was a point in the movie when Anneliese was like, he's overdoing it, but he's the victim here. And I remember, because I had seen it, I was like, just give it some time.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, now I got
Yeah,
it.
of course.
But in the
whole
moment, sure.
time, I'm like, yeah, this is a man who lost his child, is just trying to live his life in his solitude, and he's blind. I would also be like, you know what? Fuck all of you. You
Yeah.
deserve this. And they kind of did. Now, I also found out he's crazy. That's another story.
Yeah.
But all the stuff up until
Yeah.
the spoiler alert, almost forced impregnation of our main character, plus the kidnapping of the girl who killed his daughter
And forced impregnation.
and forced
of her.
impregnation of her, all up until that point, I wasn't rooting for him, but I wasn't rooting against him.
And I think the movie, I think what it's trying to do is get you to like root for him for a point.
Yeah.
Until you realize, no, he is the real villain.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's not that many movies like it. Next week's actually like it.
Yeah, it's like next week and that's it.
Yeah.
And not even like, oh, you broke into the wrong house. It's like, you break into a house where, like, these are serial thieves.
Right.
Yeah.
And they are saints compared to this guy.
Right.
It's crazy. I just like, here's the thing.
Boom, boom.
Is like, I'm so in disbelief still, like a day later,
Yeah.
that happened, like that was what he was doing, that he was just down there being like, I'm be
And then
owed,
he-
I'm gonna get my daughter back.
And then he monologues a justification.
Yeah.
If you have to monologue a justification, you're not justified.
Yeah. There was a moment when she's hiding in the closet and she sees him go into the safe.
Yep.
And then she sees it. And Anneliese looked over at me and goes, if that's where he keeps the money, then what's in the basement, Jeremy? And I said, just watch the movie. She said, what's in the basement, Jeremy?
Here's the thing.
Boom, boom.
I was what? Can you stop doing that? I was expecting guns. Like, that's what I was expecting. I was like, he's a veteran, so he's got a lot of guns down there. That's probably it. Nope. That was not it. It was a whole girl.
It's a whole girl.
It was a whole lady. She was just down there.
Against her will.
Against her will, being pregnant.
Yep.
Against her will also.
That also true. But
And
he's quote unquote not a rapist. But here's
That's
my
such
hot
a crazy
take.
moment.
Nope.
It
Here's my
is,
hot
and
take.
he leads with it.
Nope,
Yeah.
stop. Here's the thing. Here's my hot take. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
No, we're all in agreement with
Okay.
you.
I guess, but like, I don't know. I saw some discourse about this on Reddit, which I should never go on Reddit, is my lesson.
There's
But,
always
like,
discourse
people
on
are,
Reddit
like-
for anything.
He's not wrong.
Not
no.
to trigger warning rape, but people are like, he's not a rapist. And I'm like, by definition, if you are inserting a foreign body into a human against their will, that, like, in a sexual nature,
Right.
then yeah, you are. Sorry. I don't know how to tell you. That's the same thing.
You know who he reminds me of? Jigsaw. John fucking Kramer.
Yeah.
Where they delude these... One, they're old and hot. Two, they dilute...
I haven't seen that movie. Isn't Jigsaw a puppet?
No, well,
I don't want to say...
It's hard. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
We're going to get to him at some point. I
Yeah.
assume, so.
Well,
Maybe not all 9, but like we'll get to the main one at some point.
At some point, yeah. It's on the schedule, which we have planned out through 2028. I'll let you decide when we're covering. No, I won't. I already decided. But I'm assuming most listeners of this horror movie podcast has seen the Saw films.
Mhm.
So without spoiling too much for Lisa, I'm going to say that, like, I feel like they're the same in which they delude themselves that their horrible actions are just.
Fair.
And I might spoil a little bit of Saw right now, but fuck it, we ball. John Kramer kind of has this mentality like, I didn't kill them. The traps killed them. I didn't put...
Or in a lot of cases, they killed themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, who put them in the fucking trap?
Right.
It's like, I didn't rape her. I just helped her get pregnant. Who put the fucking turkey baster, which is gross.
There are a lot of movies where we have villains who try to justify their actions.
And that's what makes them great villains, I think.
Yes.
Like, I think the blind man's a fantastic villain.
Mm-hmm.
Horrendous, but he thinks he's the hero. He thinks he's owed a daughter.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, like, I'm thinking, like, Lestat from Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, God, I can't think of her name, but Crimson Peak.
The Jessica Chastain character.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name either.
The Nazis in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom thought they were doing the right thing.
Well, I'm confused. Because
Me too, man.
the Nazis weren't in Temple of Doom.
That's not what I meant, yeah.
That's my confusion.
You're right. It's the other one that they were in.
Raiders.
They're in
yep.
3. They're Raiders, Last Crusade.
I don't know. The one that
The
they're
new
in
one.
That's the original.
Oh, Raiders. Okay.
Thank you.
Temple of Doom. I mean, you mean the Kali Ma cultists? Or
Yeah.
not? That's not it. I forget the Thuggy cult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, they
ripping
thought they were
heart-
doing the right things.
No, they knew they were. Mola Ram knew he was bad,
That's fair.
I love Mola Ram as a
Pearl.
villain. I don't think I would like him in real life.
You villain zoned him.
I villain zoned.
I love you as a villain.
But, like, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
Pearl, I know what you
Yes.
did last summer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Pearl's a great example.
Yeah.
David from Prometheus.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, he's a motherfucker. I can't wait for us to watch Alien Covenant one day.
Rosemary's Baby,
Fuck Guy Woodhouse.
for sure.
Pretty much all the dudes from...
Every man that's ever been a villain.
Well, I was
Please.
going to say all the dudes from Love and Let Die Month.
Yeah.
But
God, there's so many. There's just so many.
I think the blind man in this movie is really interesting because he's like, I'm not a rapist. He's justifying it, but then he also goes like, when he has a line that I'm paraphrasing, but like, when a man accepts that God's not real, he can do anything. So it's like, so you admit you're doing wrong. Like,
Right, like, you don't give a shit.
his own internal logic is, and that's what makes him really like, not cool, but like, I wouldn't have a beer with him, but like,
It's, no, but compelling.
a compelling character to dissect.
I also, like, I don't know. I take umbrage with this idea. And, like, I know that's the point because he is the villain.
Right.
But I take umbrage with this idea because, like, as a religious person who does believe in God, I think it's very silly to be like, the only reason I'm a good person is because I believe in God. Because, like, that's
Right.
fucking scary to me. If
Yep.
that's, like, if the only reason you're a good person is because you believe that the Bible says you have to be, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, you're not a good person then.
Right.
So, like, this idea that, like, because he has no God, that makes him a bad person, like, is crazy to me, man. I don't know. Anyway.
But like, that's his words, his own words.
Yeah,
you know?
totally,
Like,
yes.
I'm like, yo, dude, do you hear yourself when you talk? But yeah, and he's played so brilliantly. I don't know if we're talking about this movie 10 years later, if it's not for Stephen Lang in this role. I think he elevates the material, really.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think it's a fun horror movie, but I think Stephen Lang just brings it up to where it's like, oh, this is a good movie, you know?
Yeah.
There's one last thing we need to talk about before we move on to our Don't Breathe litives,
Mm-hmm.
our Blind Man litives, our Stephen Lang litives,
Our turkey-based sterlatives.
Sue Spermlatives,
Okay. What do we need to talk about?
the puppy.
Another puppy. Oh my God. Can I just say, You talk about your thing first because I have something to say and I'm so excited about it.
Listen, Rottweilers and horror movies. I know it's really just this and The Omen, but
Yeah.
chef's kiss. He's the cause of. And Candyman, rest in peace,
True.
Rottweiler from Candyman.
What was the dog and the people under the stairs? Was that?
That was a
also
Doberman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Doberman.
I haven't. I can't.
Was it a Doberman? No, it was a German Shepherd.
It wasn't a German Shepherd, I don't think.
I don't think he was a Rottweiler. I think he was a Doberman.
I'm gonna look it up. You guys keep talking.
Okay, I don't think he was a Rottweiler.
He's a Rottweiler named Prince.
He is a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
I'm a idiot. But anyways,
okay.
Rottweilers in horror. I love him.
I do too.
We would have known. We could have made a month.
Damn.
So the Would You Die podcast is canceled indefinitely.
We have
This-
to take some time to reflect.
Rottweilers and horror would have been a crazy month. Like it's funny, and that we could have done it, but that would have been the title of a month where people would be like, "Man, they're running out of ideas."
I would spend an entire hour talking about a dog in a horror movie and nothing else.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm thinking of a different The Dogs in Hills Have Eyes. Those are German Shepherds. I'm thinking of them. But, anyways, I don't know if the dog has a name in this movie.
I don't think so.
He's part of one of my favorite. It's not a scare, but I think one of my favorite moments in this entire movie is when Jane Levy's character, Rocky, she gets out. This is at the end of the movie. She gets out of the house. She gets out of the basement. She gets out of the contraption. And he kind of follows her, but he's blind. And she's like, "You are worthless out here. You can't do shit." And he just looks at her. And then the dog comes running. And she's like,
It's my favorite part of the movie.
she's like, "Oh, shit." And she starts running. And this is technically a flaw, but I don't care. You can see that dog's tail wagging the entire movie.
I don't give a shit.
And I'm just like, he was a good boy on set.
He likes to kill people. He's having a good time, Austin.
Well, I'm thinking of like, he was treated so well on set. He's having a great, he's acting. I'm acting. That's what I say.
I love him. Yeah, no, that's my favorite part of the entire movie is when she's like, "You're worthless out here."
Yeah.
And he just stands there and then the dog comes out. I'm like, yeah.
And the dog has some of the best jump scares in the entire movie.
Like, do I want her to die necessarily? Nah. I guess not. But if she had been mauled to death by the dog, I don't think I would have been that sad.
No, and I think Fede Alvarez knows that you're not really rooting for anyone.
I'm rooting for the little girl to get out and have a better life, so that's the only reason that I'm okay with the fact that, what's her name, Rocky, survives.
Sometimes it's fun to watch bad people do bad things to other bad people.
And that's real.
Hey, horror movies, sometimes you gotta let the dark shit out, you know?
True.
But yeah, I love that moment.
You know, one comment that I will say, before we move on, because I don't necessarily know that we'll get to it in our superlatives. I think they did a really good job of distracting you from the beginning of the movie. And I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes when movies do the thing where they show you the shot at the end at the very beginning, which this movie does. You start out, you open with the blind man pulling Rocky down the road. Sometimes you're like so focused on how are we going to get there? How are we going to get there? How are we going to get there? That like you kind of lose the plot of the movie because you're always like, okay, I get it. This is how we're going to get there. And then she escapes. And then you're like, okay, no. And then you're like, okay, this is how I'm going to get there. And I feel like there was so much happening that it was almost like a delightful surprise when she like gets dragged and you're like, oh my God, yeah.
No, I know exactly what you're saying because I felt the same way. And I'm like, what was the opening? I'm like, oh yeah, it was the because a lot of movies they try to do that as like this is our promise to you.
Yeah.
You know, get you hooked in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's what I call the Romeo and Juliet effect,
Mm-hmm.
because in Romeo and Juliet, the opening is like a sonnet that tells you that Romeo and Juliet are going to die.
Right.
And so the play is about how we get there.
Yeah.
And some movies do it really well and some don't.
Like,
So.
taking a movie from last month, Companion,
Mhm.
I think that one does it pretty good. Maybe not as good as this one,
But I think it does it really
but
good.
it passes.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's, for what we covered here, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. But yeah. Do you want to do some superlative lines?
Sure. Who would you save?
I would save the Rottweiler.
That's good.
Because as far as we know, poor little baby's still in the car.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, me either.
But here's what happened. I went and I saved him. Because I was in the area.
Of Budapest.
It was exterior.
It's
It was
in
exterior.
Detroit.
It was exterior. They shot the exteriors in Detroit.
And by in the area, we mean in Metro Detroit. Not in Detroit proper.
I
No,
was
just
going to
kidding.
Sushi's to get some tacos.
There you go.
I don't think Mexican town's in that area though.
So either.
I don't think much is in that area.
That's fair. I would save our friend in the basement.
Oh, I guess that's a good answer.
Yeah. I like listen, I get it. She hit that girl and that's very sad, but she was proven innocent. And
That's what the money's for.
That's true.
He got that cash settlement, and it doesn't replace a daughter, but it should replace the urge of kidnapping and forced pregnancy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a really I think that's
Should.
the line.
That's-
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't replace the daughter, but it does replace your urge to kidnap and forcibly impregnate a girl.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you're right, she was proven innocent. So I'm like,
Yeah.
but he's in the wrong.
Yes.
Exactly. So she doesn't deserve any of that.
Yeah.
I would. Can I jumping on this one?
Yep.
guess.
I would save Dylan Minette's character because of the like thief group.
Yeah.
He one seems the least scummy,
Mm-hmm.
and two, like he left. Like he left.
He
And
had
then
a brain.
He had a brain, and then he came back in to try to help his friend, and then he had that moment in the basement. No, everybody says things they're not proud of in the heat of the moment. Like,
Sure.
we have to leave this girl down here. But he ultimately is like, listen, whatever you want to do, if we want to save her, we'll save her. If
Right.
you don't, like, he is pretty much just like, I'm along for the ride here. I'm going to make sure we get out of this.
I have a hot take. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's a hot take, but
Uh-huh.
I have a take.
Yeah.
I think Dylan Minette's character is only a thief because Jane Levy's character is.
Yeah.
yeah.
He is easily, of the main trio,
Yeah.
in my opinion, the most likable.
Jeremy mentioned something that like we probably should have talked about in historical context or cultural impact, but he mentioned that like Dylan Minette's character at the very beginning of robbing the house, and like also even in like other houses, he's very particular about like what they take, what they get away with, and one of the things that he says is like when Money brings that gun, he's pissed. And Jeremy
Right.
was like, yeah, this was kind of at the height of like stand your ground laws and like all of that kind of like the conversation surrounding that stuff. And as soon as Money like uses that gun,
He's like, you've given him a legal right to kill us.
yeah,
Right.
like now he can get away with pretty much everything he got away with, except for again the forced impregnation.
The kidnapping,
And
that.
that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's well within his rights to quote unquote defend himself.
Right.
So I think that turning of the tides makes it very scary.
Yes.
I would save him. I just think that like he almost got out, and was the only one using his brain through most of the movie.
Yeah.
Right. The things we'll do for the baddies who don't even like you like that.
Right.
I know that feeling.
You get villain zoned.
So What's your favorite scare, guys?
There's some good ones.
Yeah. I'm stealing Jeremy's.
Ah,
He can't.
I just like every scare with the dog.
That's fair.
they are good.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine is when Dylan Minnette is in the hallway and
When he's re-entering.
he's come back in the house.
Yeah.
And he is looking like the other way, and all of a sudden, just in the shadow, you see the blind man come, and he almost like touches them. He almost brushes them, and he doesn't. It's just he comes out of the darkness, out of nowhere, kind of quickly, and it's a very good scare combined with, oh my god, is he gonna see him?
Right.
Not see him, you know what I mean?
But bump into him, feel him.
Sense
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Daredevil echolocation him.
I at one point I said this man is Matt Murdock if he didn't have the money for a law degree, but he does have the money for a law degree. So
This man is Matt Murdock. This man is Matt Murdock if he was also John Kramer.
yeah,
I don't remember what my response was, but it was funny.
Cool.
That's all. I just have to have that on record.
Okay.
yeah. I also don't remember what you
I
said.
said
to that.
something about Catholicism.
Oh, you said psychopathy and Catholicism are two different things.
Yeah, psychopathy and Catholicism are not the same thing.
All right, what's the next one?
Nothing.
Oh,
We're done.
We're done. All right.
Oh.
See you next week.
I'm kidding. What's your Tony Todd Award for movie MVP?
Stephen Lang.
Okay. Yeah,
For sure.
that's what I was gonna say too.
But
So-
also, Jane Levy's really good in this.
She is, yeah.
Because I don't think her character's likable.
No,
But-
but she's very good.
But I also, me personally, I get invested in
Mhm.
Rocky's journey.
Yeah.
I don't have to like her to, especially when the first, or not the end, but like when she's captured and then she gets out of the contraption
Mhm.
and then she takes a turkey baster of semen and shoves it in
Yeah.
Stephen Lang's mouth. What'd she say?
How's that taste?
How's that taste? That is
So good.
cinema, baby.
Such a good moment.
And here, Fede Alvarez, I think, understands what audiences want, and I think Alien Romulus is a good. I don't agree with every choice in Alien Romulus, or this movie, but he knows a good crowd pleasing moment. In this movie, it's not that she just gets to beat up on him after, beat up on him for a little bit. She takes the turkey and boom and he has that little like it's like it's
Yeah.
little details that directors do where it's like
Mhm.
you were thinking of the audience.
So since you've taken 3 of the people that I was gonna say,
I'm sorry. No, I've only taken one. I've only taken one. Stephen Lang.
Then I will go ahead and say Jane Levy.
Okay, because I thought you were saying Stephen Lang too, so I was
Well,
on.
Yes,
I thought I was honorable mentioning.
If I was going to, I would have said Stephen Lang. But
Okay.
Yeah, I will honorable mention or second choice Jane Levy. Is the score better than Jaws?
No.
Good talk. No, it's not. But again, this is more sound design. But I
Yeah.
will say, like, I think that it is a good score in terms of like the way that they use it versus don't use it, because
Yeah.
it is a blind man. It relies so heavily on sound and breath and I mean,
Right.
all of that kind of stuff, that when they choose to use it versus when they don't, I think is really powerful. So, yeah. It is done by Roque Banos, who is mostly known for like Spanish, like not telenovelas, but like dramas and stuff like that. And I believe this might be his only like English movie.
So he didn't do Evil Dead 2013.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. And I know he didn't do Alien Romulus because that was Ben Wallfish.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was wondering if Fede used the same composer for Evil Dead 2013.
Oh, yes, he did.
He
Okay,
did?
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yes.
I really like the score for Evil Dead 2013.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Don't Breathe.
I have heard that score because I was looking up
Mm-hmm.
just different horror movie scores at one point. And yes, I do.
Don't Breathe isn't bad, but it's also not like one that... It's not bad because it didn't draw attention to itself.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's not better than Jaws.
Yeah. I was also so wrong. He's done quite a few other things, actually, in English. I was looking at his Spanish Wikipedia page.
Oh, okay.
And so I think it was just very, like, these are the things that Spanish speakers would probably know. But he did Old Boy, like Spike Lee. He did In the Heart of the Sea.
With Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
and Tom Holland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's done a lot more than just what I was thinking. He did Bone Lake, which came out last year. Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. So definitely more than I thought. That's my bad. He's just done significantly more stuff in Spanish. So that was what was coming up for me first. That makes more sense. Okay, a fine addition to your collection. Do you own this one? Would you own it?
I have the digital copy of it.
Okay.
I don't have it on Blu-ray, unfortunately.
That's fair.
And I went to rent it, but I went to rent it like 2 years ago. I'm like, I'm going to watch this movie multiple times. I'm just going to buy it. And then I bought it, and I was right.
It's fair. I have taken to, when we do this part, looking up the steelbooks.
Mm-hmm.
And the steelbook for this one is crazy.
Is it the turkey baster?
No, it's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy.
It is like his face, but it almost looks like a statue.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. So that's good. Okay, Letterboxd reviews, gentlemen. Get them out. Get them out.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. So, I gave this movie 4 stars. I said, the movie's title should have been Don't Breathe. But also, don't do any of the things you just keep doing. Seriously, just get out of this man's house.
My review, I gave this 3.5 stars, and I said, I hate everyone here. And that's
Fair.
it.
I gave this movie 4 stars and a heart. I also watched it on Valentine's Day,
Aw.
which is a crazy Valentine's Day movie.
Yeah.
And I said, this film is a PSA about why you don't mess with motherfuckers from Detroit.
Fuck yeah, it is. Amen.
Yeah, so in case you're planning on just entering houses in Detroit, don't.
Don't do that. Listen, I know I was just saying how you should come here and all of that.
But don't do that.
You should leave people alone, though.
Yeah.
You should leave them the fuck alone and mind your goddamn business.
Because this is best case scenario.
Go to the Motown Museum. Hang out in Campus Martius.
Go to Coney Island.
Don't go into people's homes.
Right. Exactly. Take a picture with the RoboCop statue.
Right.
Catch a sports ball.
Yeah, hit the DIA. But like,
Yeah. Go to the Redford Theater.
Hey.
absolutely. Hit up Clark's. That's Metro Detroit. But still do it.
Yeah.
But you should still do that. Yeah, I don't recommend going into people's houses anywhere. Honestly, like
That's
if we're being honest, I don't think you should do that.
But especially Detroit.
But especially Detroit, because we will fuck you up.
We're
And by
kind.
we,
We're
I
not-
mean not me, because I'm not from Detroit.
We're kind. We're not nice.
True. Okay. Supernatural alumni. We got one.
We got one. It's been a while.
It has been a while. We have Dylan Minnette.
He was in Supernatural?
Yes, he was.
I say that like I've seen the show.
That's
And if
fair.
that's not like a perfect actor in the correct age demographic and like time period to
Yeah.
be in it.
So he was in one episode of Supernatural. It is the episode that I will find for us right here. I promise you I just had it, and now
IMDb
it's
often
gone.
will throw out there like he was in it, but you do the work.
No, I literally just had it up and then it was gone. Okay, he was in the episode Family Remains, which was season 4, episode 11. It is basically this family is trying to move into this haunted house and the Winchesters are like, please don't fucking do that. And he plays the son, the little boy. And he's very little and he's very cute and he's got a little Justin Bieber haircut. So
Yeah, he's very young in this episode. Wow.
Well, he's been around for a while.
He
Yeah.
has.
Mhm.
I think he mostly does I think he's more into music than he is acting these days.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our special edition superlatives?
Let's go.
Our draft.
Bum 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 bum.
I forgot how we decided to do this. Did we decide who drafted last time first?
I think you draft for the Wings first. Jeremy picks either the Pistons or the Tigers. Last week he did both, but whatever. And then I take the last turn for the Lions.
Are you sure you don't want to switch it up?
No.
Okay. He just
Alright.
likes playing it on hard mode.
That and I went first for Love and Let Die month, so
That's fair.
every time.
Okay, well, sorry to disappoint everybody, but I think everybody's overall first round draft pick is gonna be Stephen Lang, and I'm taking Stephen Lang.
Yeah, you don't need eyes for hockey.
You don't. First of all, you don't. You need eyes for all of these sports. But second of all, I put that dude in a helmet and just tell him to check some people into the boards. He's gonna fucking do it.
Stephen Lang, smash.
Correct. So that's my pick.
No, that's fair.
I'm going to take Dylan Minnette, and he's going to be like a defensive strategist for the Pistons. Like, he's not even going to be on the team because I can't let Dylan Minnette play in the
I
NBA.
think I did the same thing.
I was gonna say, you people keep drafting coaches. That's not how this works.
I can't rightfully put
Okay,
Dylan
what am I
Minnette
going
in
to
the
do with
NBA.
Micah Monroe on the Lions? She's going to get killed.
I think you're underestimating Michael Monroe.
That's fair.
I'm gonna let him like draw up some plays. Honestly, across the board, defensive and offensive. I think that he's smart
Mhm.
when not distracted by Rocky.
He's a strategist for sure.
Yeah,
He could be like
yeah,
I guess this would be more college ball, like a Steven Izzo.
yeah. Right, exactly. So that's my pick.
All right. So I got 5'3" Rocky. That'll really help in the NFL. I got money.
You have the Rottweiler.
I was gonna say you got the Rottweiler.
I was gonna pick the Rottweiler no matter what.
I love it.
Perfectly honest.
Yeah, I knew.
But what's he playing?
Linebacker.
Linebacker. I like it.
I just get his son on the ball and he's.
Oh, he can run down a motherfucker.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Oh
can.
yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a run or I'm just gonna be like. Doesn't matter if it's a run play or a pass play. I'm just gonna be like, you're going after the ball.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he could play tight ends in coverage, but he's not going to because I'm gonna just have him go after the ball every single play.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm drafting the Rottweiler.
I think it might be the best option you
Yeah.
got. So
Yeah, because no offense to Rock, because she got some fight in her.
yeah, not an NFL fight.
No, and I don't think she's fast. She's not faster than a Rottweiler.
No.
I also found out that the Rottweiler does have a name. Its name is Shadow.
Oh. That's a Sonic. That's a Sonic character. We got Sonic, we got Knuckles, and we got Shadow.
Yep.
I think it's because his owner is blind.
And because now on the Lions we have Sonic, we have Knuckles, and we have Shadow.
Anyway.
Anyways, so yeah, that's our 313 draft of the episode.
Okay. Austin, would you die?
No. Because I don't go into random houses in Detroit.
That's fair.
Annalisa, would you die?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because the Rottweiler would see me and recognize me as a friend and get me the fuck out of there.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Jeremy, do you have an answer for this?
Yeah, I would not die because in this scenario, I would be very similar to Dylan Minette's character where he exits, except for when I heard the gunshot, I would go, now I'm definitely leaving.
Yep.
What if it was me?
If you stayed in the house, I'd be like, bro, I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy.
Jeremy would be like, gotta text Austin, we need a new co-host.
You need a new place to live, actually.
Yeah, because when she comes back with the Rottweiler who saved her.
Okay. Austin, where can the people find you?
Not in Stephen Lang's basement. You can also find me. I'm really proud of that one, actually.
That's really good.
You can also find me at Austin M. Torres on Instagram, Threads, and Letterboxd. Hit me up there if you want to see what movies I be seeing. I be seeing the movies. You can also find the show's social media at Would You Die Show on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We have our episodes there as well, and my short films like Ice Cream, Spider, The Blood Witch, and the trailer for my upcoming short film, Dietary Restrictions.
Can I just say, I have gotten a sneak preview of like raw footage of Dietary Restrictions. Haven't even seen the final cut. I genuinely think it's your best one yet. And I like all your movies, but I think this one's your best one yet.
Thank you. So yeah, check us out on YouTube, and also don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon, where, as you can tell, we talk about sports, because we like sports.
We don't care who knows.
We also have the Godzilla Project. This month we released a banger, King Kong versus Godzilla. Fantastic. Godzilla out of Godzilla Stars. And we have a bunch of fun stuff on the Patreon. Only $3 a month. And it really helps us out. It helps us keep going. Because, you know, as an indie filmmaker and a couple of teachers, there's a reason we have a Patreon.
Yep.
So tell your friends. No, spread the word. Tell everyone. We on Patreon. $3 a month.
Yes.
Sports, Godzilla, and more. Where can the people find you?
The people can find me almost always in Metro Detroit. And you can also find me at Whimsawillow on Instagram, on Tumblr, on Twitter, on Threads. Yeah. Come watch me crash out about sports and teaching and movies and all of those things. Jeremy, where can the people find you?
People can find me minding my own goddamn business and not intruding into Detroiters' homes.
Yep.
You can also find me at Annually Funny, pretty much across the board.
Huge thank you to Jeremy Lippitt for producing our show. Thank you also to our theme music's composer, Josie Palmer. Check out her music on Spotify and Apple Music, as well as in the upcoming film Dietary Restrictions. A big thank you to our graphics, for our graphics displayed on our social media. They're done by Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative. You can check out more of his work at wearecrosshook.com. Austin, do you have a hint for the next episode?
We going back in the basement.
Real.
Until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
Try not to die, and try not to breathe. Don't breathe.